Hello, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. Starting off today, walking from my base over to the village. I want to see how the area looks over here. I took out a couple more trees since that time lapse. I have a lot more I need to take out. I kind of want to take out everything in the sight line. I know that's insane, but I want to build up a bunch of custom trees to frame things in. I left these here because I want to put a bunch on this kind of little peninsula here. I really like the kind of orientation of these ones, so I kind of want to preserve like where these are, so I can put in custom ones in roughly a similar orientation. Also, I spent some time on a creative copy of the world where I kind of filled in some of this area with glass to kind of get an idea of how I wanted it to look. And I think I've got a solid plan for that. But the reason why we're going to be mostly heading over to the village today is I am in desperate need of wax. So I grabbed a couple of my bee nests here, which I'm going to need a few more to build a basic honeycomb farm. So we got some campfires. Like I said, we got the bee nests, got myself some hoppers and dispensers. I need some observers still. I'm probably going to build that. Oh, hello. Also added a woo. My foxes are getting a little bit weird. Yeah, I got the blocks now, the mini blocks. I already traded with you. I got some slime balls. I figure we could probably put it next to the pumpkin and melon farm. And then I can kind of dress this up a little bit later to maybe look like... I don't know, I kind of want to make this a tower. So I could make this like a... armory, maybe? Kind of looking building. I know it wouldn't have anything to do with the melons and pumpkins. I don't know. I kind of want to try and make my builds in this area a little bit more thematic. So, like, this could be like a watchtower, or this could be the armory, and this could be like a mess hall, or like a... I don't know. I really have to give this one some thought. I also have to decide where exactly I want this bee farm to be. I think that while I'm making that decision, and yeah, this area looks like garbage because I have everything blocked off just in case while I'm working in the area. There's going to be a stable there. I'm going to put a masonry down there. Where could I put... Where would it make sense to put some beekeepers? So I was going to make the area connecting to the farmhouse here. Like, on each side of the path, I was thinking about making this all farmland. So maybe like over here by my wolf, I could make this like a little apiary, and then bring in like some fencing around here and keep some, like, get some sheep Actually, I think I want to keep some sheep and cows here. So I might like make this up like with some mud and coarse dirt and stuff. And then this can be my livestock guardian. And then like kind of like fence it through here and have everything down to the river be like a wheat field. In which case, like if I wanted to have an apiary, yeah, it still might make sense butting up and into there, because if I do sheep here, which I plan to make a wool farm, and then like everything else can be like a spotty wheat farm, I could maybe tuck in the apiary into that hill there. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty my inventory. I'm gonna go out in search of some more bee nests. Found you. I've actually been wandering for a little while now trying to find at least one. Uh, don't think I've got it on the screen, but it's fine. Saw a bee. There they are. I don't know. Oh, there's two. I don't know if I should bother waiting for them to go back into their... Maybe I should find a flower. There's a flower. Go with the blue one because blue is my favorite color. See if I can actually find them again. Beep, 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 beep. There you go. Hi, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Get a little closer to your nest here. Figure out their pollination. And once they both go back in... Come on. Gotcha. Well, that was actually a really big pain in the butt, getting those sheep back. But I've got way more well, I guess nests than I expected. I wanted 5. I've got 7. So we got plenty of stuff to make this bee farm. I still have to decide where I want to put it, though. I know I kind of said over in that hill over there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. What I might actually end up doing is putting it maybe right here in this flat spot or right here. So I'll do like a farm all around it, and then we'll have like a little apiary right here. Maybe? Maybe? Still feel like I want to put it over here, though. Yeah, you know what? I might dig this out just a little bit back this way. And we'll put it right here, and then we'll just do like the farm over here. And then I've decided with the sheep farm, I think I'm going to utilize the future paddock area for the horses and stuff as like a place to put the sheep because it makes more sense to have them actually with more of the farm animals. So I might either find a way to like kind of hide slash incorporate them in here and then have some free roaming ones and some cows and free roaming horses and donkeys in here. And then like having this be a usable stable area for my horses, mules or donkeys, whatever, that I actually travel on. So probably like find a way to hide the actual sheep or wool farm in here. Which shouldn't be too hard. And then, like I said, have the rest of this area be like a couple of free roaming and just like some random like cows and sheep and maybe I don't really care about pigs too much. I think that would be actually a good use of the space. I think that that makes more sense for the sheep. As you saw, I went ahead and I got 5. I'm going to need to breed them up and get going on that build. But I do want to finish out the episode by getting the beef, the wax farm going, which can easily be changed out for a honey farm. I built the bee farm. I know that it's, I intended to do it on camera, and I did build it on camera, but I kept starting and stopping, and then I rebuilt it, and I still don't honestly like it, so I might end up taking off this entire front portion and then trying to make the back portion look like a shed. So the back portion being where, you know, the redstone and the storage is. So just like giving myself a little bit of access to that, making it look like a shed. And then when I go and make this whole area, like on either side of the pathway, a farm, the bees can just have free roam. I mean, this works for now. I know I'm likely to lose the bees. I've got enough wax, I think, for myself for a long time, and I can always go and get, or actually I could probably make more beehives just by, you know, planting a tree next to some flowers, and you get, there's so many odds of getting the bee nest. So I think for now this works. I'm gonna take the front off of the build, and once I get the farm going, and just let them have a free roam. Because I want, and this is why like I was thinking of this, is because eventually I want everything in this village to be thematic. So, like we have a forge and a smithy for the blacksmiths. We've got a little library for the librarians. I'm going to be putting in a masonry down by the river where I'm going to have like canal boats bringing stone to it from like the masons. Eventually I'm going to build an apothecary for the cleric. I got to figure out where I want to do that. It's probably going to be they'll probably be down over here. Or so I need to make a path that kind of goes through here, that goes to the blacksmith, goes here. I said the masons are going to be down over here, so I could always put Maybe I could sneak in an apothecary to go with or adjacent to the golem farm. Because I still don't know how I want to dress up the... I want to do some kind of tower, and I guess, like, having a little apothecary just off the side, maybe... well, probably facing the river. I could even just do it right in this area here. Facing the river. Because facing this way would be a little silly. But yeah, since the majority of this is all going to be a farm, and I'll probably do like a little bit of a storage area here, like some silos, and actually that's where farmers will be. Over in this area, so like maybe complement my... Yeah, I've got free cam. I don't use it except for like in instances like this, but like maybe like kind of mirror my silos over at my home and bring a little bit of continuity between the two areas. So like my farm is where everything used to be, and they all moved to this village, and I took that over, but they've kind of built up and changed this around. So like the blacksmithy is the old barn and stables, and they built a new barn and stables over here where there was more room so that they could fit in like the library. I might build in some just basic like resident houses here and there as well to kind of bring the village together. I'm liking the way that it's working so far. Our next episode, I put the sheep in a little bit of a pen here because I didn't want wolves getting to them, even though I think they still can if they walk up this block here. So I think what I'm going to do is just take away those blocks so that there's nothing. Unless if they jump over these two, which they could, but... That's a problem for future, Lee. I think they're safe enough right now. I don't see any wild wolves around the area, so I think they'll be okay. But with all of that being said, that is all the time I have for this episode, and as you can see, I've changed into a Christmas skin. Look at it, it's so cute. Made the pants lighter, gave them some texture so they look all fluffy, and nice cozy sweater, and I got a scarf and a little Santa hat on. But that's all the time I have for today. I hope you all have a safe and fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Oh boy!